Hello everyone and welcome to my very first YouTube video on this channel. Okay, thank you very much for clicking on this video. Don't click off yet because I'm going to help you, a beginner of athletics, understand what sport you've been brought into. In this video, I will cover how you can get into athletics, such as joining a club or a county, and then moving on into how you could then express yourself all over the country, starting from equipment all the way through to the national competitions. I'll be covering all of this in this video. Now, here is the first part 1. So, you want to do athletics. You've been inspired by the many amazing athletes we have representing us at the Commonwealth Games, at the Olympics and international competitions. You're inspired, however you don't know where to start. Well, luckily I'm here. So, all you start off with is going and trying it out at a local club. So, depending where you live, so London, maybe you might live even in Cornwall or up in North, you can just search up online your local team or club in your area. So, for instance, if you live in London, or if you live in Swindon, many different places. So Swindon Harriers, or you might go for Manchester, I think it's the Manchester Lions or something like that. Okay, and there they will give you an introduction to the sport. Now, the best way as a beginner to get into the sport is joining 365. 365 is a development program for everyone over the country. It is to give you a taster and an idea for everything that is in athletics, ranging from sprinting 100 metres to going over hurdles to even throwing the hammer. In many cases, it is to give younger athletes an idea of every single event, gives them a taste of everything they want to do. For instance, me, when I first got into athletics, I had a dream of doing 800 metres. That quickly fell off when I did my first competition and I fell in love with the hurdles. See, like that, it can get an idea. So let's just say you are very fast 100 metre and you found a coach and you've been doing a bit of training for a few weeks and it's going really well. Now it's time for your first competition. As representing your club, you will be going into area competitions. So you'll be going, the competition level will be kind of low. However, this is where everyone starts and it's great to build up. For instance, I represent Team Bath in England. Here, I represent Bath and compete against places like Swindon or Swansea, Gloucester, areas like that, and I travel over a small area competing against other people. Here, you'll be able to get a base time, and these times will be put on the national grid of the power of 10 to put you in a national standing and to have you an official time that you can then put in to go even further in your competitions, because most competitions require how fast you are. So, for instance, if you are a beginner and you can do 100 metres in 14.5 seconds, they'll be able to go, we'll put him in this heat, or no, he's not good enough for this competition, or yes, he's amazing, let's put him in this one. This gives you an idea of what kind of level you are and how you can improve as well. Now, as a beginner, you're definitely going to be wondering, how the hell do I go from just competing here to going to a much bigger audience, wherever like that? And now for you to understand this, I need to tell you the whole order of everything. This area of the video will be based more for kids aging from around 8 years old to 17. Here, because you're in your primary/secondary school. So here I have a grid very badly drawn out for English schools, which is for, as said, for more school children ranging from sixth form to primary school. And here is an idea of how you can get from the beginning to the top. I will now explain with this diagram. Here is an English school's diagram, starting here, ending over here with English schools. Now, you might read at the beginning, it says school competitions. You might be thinking, oh, not like I have to do in year 7 where I have to do that 5,000 metres and come dead last and you've got full of rugby players and football players. Well, I'm sorry, but that's just how you have to begin. Schools is a lot more for everyone. It's not for just the athletics people. It's for more than just the athletics community. So, for instance, if you are just a very fast footballer who plays on the wing, or a prop who would like to take up hammer throw or something like that, this is where everyone will start. So you get a very wide scale of competition here, and it is a great way to sort of build up the steps of the ladder. So what you start off with is, let's just say you go to your school must put you forward for these competitions. Like you might be competing against your rival school or the sports day before you then being like put forward for the competition. Then this is a great way to then move to the next stage, because if you win these competitions, your school will then put you forward to area schools championships. Now, for instance, I'm in the southwest, so they would put me forward. So if I was in Wiltshire, or if I was in Gloucester, or if I was in South Wales, I'll be put forward to that whole area championship. And if I win this, or if I do very well, then I'll move on to the next stage, which is the inter-county / inter-schools championships. So I'm going to take London for an example here. So if you live in the south or the southeast of the country, then that means that you would be competing against a massive vast area, full of a population, full of athletes. And here you might find someone who's met your match and you won't be able to go further, or you might go even further and you might win this. This is a good place to move on to the next stage, because once you've done this, then school has nothing to do with you, and it just goes on to your raw talent. They don't have to book you in for any of the competitions. You don't have to do anything with them. It's now on you. However, they will still help you and support you, because the area council and the area association that it will be in will then take you to, drumroll please, English schools. Here, competitors who now represent GB at the Olympics have been found in these places. This is the peak. Go back 20 years, it was sponsored by Sky Sports, sponsored by Nike, and loads of celebrities would turn up. It was brilliant. But now, not so much. However, the glamour is still amazing. It is the peak of school athletics, and not just school athletics, but if you are a very big athlete, like who's done it a lot, more just outside of the school, then this is still very high up there. However, this is not a video just for people still at school. If you are outside of school and you still really want to get into athletics, I know multiple people who have left uni or still have a job and they've done amazingly well from doing this process. Then it is slightly different to the English way. This is the club / county way. So remember at the beginning when I told you join a club and you do those beginning competitions. This is the beginning of the chain. So it says here, club competitions. So, for instance, if you're representing Swansea or if you're representing Manchester, you'll be competing in the little clubs around. Then this gets you a time and it's all put forward. So that's when you then get to area championships. Now with the area championships is a county. For instance, I live in Wiltshire, so we would host a Wiltshire championship. Here, I'll might win, or I might lose, or I might fall over. Might do one of those things. Yeah. With these championships, you will then obviously win a medal and win, and you represent your county moving on to the next stage, which is inter-counties. So, if you are in London or in Manchester or Birmingham, you'd have an area, so for instance, southwest or southeast or London, because that's very big, or the northeast or northwest or the Midlands. Huge area, very depending on population and density and all that. You'll be able to win and move on to the final stage, which is age group championships. This is the one below nationals, which you see on TV, on BBC or on Sky or something like that. So these age group championships are technically nationals. They are just defined as nationals. Many coaches watching this might be like, oh, it's not. However, as an athlete, they are known as nationals. Yeah, because if you win these, you have a chance of representing your country. So there, I have explained, for a beginner, the entire process from you starting and doing your first ever competition to becoming a mature and fast-flowing athlete. So, now you know the routes that you've got to take to reach your goal. But you turn up to your first competition and everyone's wearing these spikes that give them extra traction. Well, I'm here to explain to you now, part 2 of this video, the equipment. Now, as a beginner, I'm not going to expect you to go out and get spikes. However, there are some good options. For instance, I now have these brand new spikes. They've been amazing for me. However, I didn't always start off with this. As a 365er or someone who is beginning athletics, you should go for multi-use spikes. For instance, these. I got these, I forgot the name of them, but they are Nike and I got these in 2019. Now these I am able to use for high jump, for sprints, for jumping, so distances from 60 meters to 1500 and high jump and long jump and all that is multi-use. So you don't have to buy multiple spikes or multiple gear, and it is so useful. And in my early career, these were perfect. They were amazing for every single event, apart from javelin, but that was a bit of a joke. Then you obviously wear your normal club vest or county vest if you get to that level, and then shorts. I would recommend for sprinting something that is not going to put you off or something that is more aerodynamic. So you see loads of athletes wearing tight fitting shorts. Now, yes, this might be funny at first, however, it is very beneficial to competing. So that was a beginner's guide into how you start your athletics career, ranging from primary school all the way to even if you have a job and left uni and all that. Hopefully this would help you out so much. So I'm going to be posting as much as I can to help you guys become the best athlete you can, ranging from warm-ups to what the best equipment or this and that, just to help you. So please smash that thumbs up button. Please consider subscribing, and it's free and it helps me out a lot to know what is good and what's bad for this channel. Thanks so much, and I'll see you again next time.